We're focusing on some lead updates in this bulletin. In a major victory for India, the International Court of Justice called for an effective review and reconsideration of the conviction of sentencing of Indian national Kulbhushan Jadhav facing death in Pakistan on charges of spying, and held that continued stay on execution constitutes an indispensable condition for the review.
Subsequent agreement intended to confirm, supplement, extend or amplify the Vienna Convention. Consequently, the Court considers that point 6 of that agreement does not, as Pakistan contends, displace the obligations under Article 36 of the Vienna Convention. For these reasons, the Court finds that none of the arguments raised by Pakistan concerning the applicability of Article 36 of the Vienna Convention to the case of Mr. Jadhav can be upheld. The Court thus concludes that the Vienna Convention is applicable in the present case, regardless of the allegations that Mr. Jadhav was engaged in espionage activities. Having concluded that the Vienna Convention is applicable in the present case, the Court proceeds to examine the alleged violations by Pakistan of its obligations under Article 36 thereof. India contends in its final submissions that Pakistan acted in breach of its obligations under Article 36 of the Vienna Convention, first, by not informing India without delay of the detention of Mr. Jadhav. Second, by not informing Mr. Jadhav of his rights under Article 36. And third, by denying consular officers of India access to Mr. Jadhav, contrary to their right to visit him, to converse and correspond with him, and to arrange for his legal representation. The Court will consider the alleged violations in chronological order. Turning now to India's submission regarding the alleged failure of Pakistan to inform Mr. Jadhav of his rights under Article 36, paragraph 1b of the Vienna Convention, the Court recalls that under this provision, the competent authorities of the receiving state must inform a foreign national in detention of his rights in accordance with it. The Court therefore needs to determine whether the competent Pakistani authorities informed Mr. Jadhav of his rights in accordance with this provision. In this respect, the Court observes that Pakistan has not contested India's contention that Mr. Jadhav was not informed of his rights under Article 36, paragraph 1b of the Convention. To the contrary, in the written and oral proceedings, Pakistan consistently maintained that the Convention does not apply to an individual suspected of espionage. The Court infers from this position of Pakistan that it did not inform Mr. Jadhav of his rights under Article 36, paragraph 1b of the Vienna Convention, and thus concludes that Pakistan breached its obligation to inform Mr. Jadhav of his rights under that provision.